So anyway, I've been rewatching Archer because I have Hulu. I bought it for Animaniacs. I think I've watched the series once through, and I haven't touched it since. So I'm just kind of, I don't know, I just feel like talking about Archer since I've been watching it so much. The first season of Archer, the story of Archer is actually really, really interesting because it was created by the same people behind we'll see Lab 2021 and basically all those kind of like tween flash puppet animations for Adult Swim, which have a following, but mixed commercial success, I would say, for the most part. It definitely gave Adult Swim its identity in a way. What is this? What pen is this?
I don't feel so good.
Oh.
Yeah, for better or for worse. But anyway, I guess the story goes that the creator of Archer was originally going to be on Adult Swim or Cartoon Network. Yeah, Adult Swim. They're actually two different entities, I guess. It was originally going to be pitched to Adult Swim. For the most part, for all the shows that they had produced beforehand, it's pretty much guaranteed that they were going to, start working on it. But then I guess the creator of Archer ran over a Cartoon Network or Adult Swim executive with a snowmobile, and it ended up breaking the guy's leg. So that kind of soured the the negotiations.
Fetching a rug, sir.
Now he's fetching a rug.
Which is actually very Archer-esque when you think about it. So they eventually had to go on to FX and pitch the show there. But anyway, yeah, I find it just so interesting because with the puppet tween flash animation, it was actually like really experimental at the time, just to see how much more photorealistic you can get these characters. They were doing with sort of the same thing with C Lab, but that was a little bit cartoony. It was also, the effect was effective on Aqua Teen Hunger Force because it was so jarring to see like photorealistic things next to like exaggerated cartoon characters. For this, it was pretty much just trying to, I don't know, make the world blend a little bit better. Some of it really sticks out because you've got these sort of cel-shaded animated characters sitting next to photorealistic, furniture, and they're holding guns that are especially with the guns. And that earlier season is really, really rough, especially with character movements. I was watching a recent clip from a recent episode, and they just have Cheryl spinning around in a chair. And I was like, wow, that would have been nearly impossible in the first season. That would have been like a special effect. And of course, there's like many different ways to get that effect. You have a lot of, I imagine, a lot of working from references, live action references, rotoscoping, stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, some of the movements are rougher. Some of the expressions are a little bit limited. Of course, they build up a library of movements after about maybe 4 seasons. But anyway, I just think it's interesting, as I'm gonna probably do reviews of the other seasons and just kind of plot how the technology seems to be growing from there, because I think it's actually a really interesting subject, and especially with Archer, since it's one series that's, I guess, lasted for about 10 years now. Plot the development of this technique and the growing technology. I think it's going to be real interesting. As far as what the actual first season is, I would have to say it's more about what it isn't, because there's a lot of sort of flagship elements that are missing that would be introduced in the later seasons. For example, there's not Cheryl's pretty obsessive in the first season, but she's not like full blown like crazy. And they also haven't introduced the fact that she is a billionaire or millionaire. She's splitting $1 billion with her brother. I forgot how much the Archer lore actually goes really, really deep.
Phrasing?
Not much, surprisingly little Krieger. Krieger shows up once or twice to basically say, oh, well, I have this technology and I have this, the camera's rigged up here and all that stuff. He hasn't gone full-blown Nazi clone yet. Not to say he turns evil. He's not good either. Surprisingly Cyril heavy. I forgot how much actually Cyril was in it, but that makes sense because he's sort of the counterbalance to Archer and the whole love triangle that he has going with Lana. No Ray, absolutely no Ray, which is a shame because Ray is actually one of my, I think a big breakout character. I just like the way he interacts with all the other ISIS agents. Oh, ISIS, shit. God, that's right. That's what they originally called their spy agency. It was ISIS. They had to change that right away. And Pam is not a full-blown hedonistic badass at this point. She's kind of just... She is an HR agent, so she is sort of... She's actually concerned about a lot of HR policies, which is weird considering what she becomes in later seasons. Of course, there's still a lot of great jokes in it. I'm actually surprised. I don't think they ever show up again. Maybe in the next season, but the German assassins, the old man and his sort of weird child bride thing.
The first, we make a big phony attempt to kill Torvald Otny.
Okay. And the second?
We kill Torvald Otny.
Yeah, I was just I like those characters. I thought they were real funny. I was hoping they'd maybe show up again once or twice. Here's an interesting thing. While I was looking up information about the season, Ron Perlman plays the Cuban blackmailer who was trying to get information, or not information. He was blackmailing Mallory with a sex tape of him and the KGB, the head of the KGB. So I was like, oh man, that's Ron Perlman. I thought it was. Because I like that actor. I was looking it up. I don't know if that's there's a lot of problematic elements with maybe the first season. Like I said, it basically Ray is a cutaway to a stereotypical joke about homosexuals.
She has never liked me, but someday I'm gonna write a book about this place. A real smackaroony.
And I don't know whether or not it's appropriate that they didn't approach a Cuban actor to fill that role, but damn, if I didn't know, I didn't even know Ron Perlman did that, and it's a damn good job, at least just from a character actor standpoint.
Here, try.
No, whoa, it's raw, man.
The citric acid from the limes actually cooks the fish. Try it.
Oh my, Ramon.
Right?
That is amazing.
Mama always said, Ramon, un hombre real debe saber cocinar.
But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the first season. My favorite joke will always be microchip. The way that the head of the KGB always says that word.
We put new mind control microchip into his brain.
Yeah, I think it really starts to pick up around season 3, but there's a lot of good stuff in season 2, and we're going to check that out sometime soon. Hello again. I'm doing this little bit at the tail end because the morning that I recorded this video, I found out that Jessica Walter, who was the voice of Mallory Archer, sadly passed away in her sleep. She was 80 years old. I didn't know she was that old. I don't know. I just always thought of her as being younger, and that's a testimony to her performances. Of course, people mainly remember her for Arrested Development, and yeah, I never really got into that show, but everyone knows the How Much Could Bananas Cost bit. I'll always remember her as Fran, the almost the antithesis of Archer and the mother from Arrested Development, in that she was sort of the stern but ultimately like nurturing and kind-hearted patriarch to the Sinclair family. And of course, more recently, she was sort of the breakout character of Miss Heinous on Star Versus, which sort of stole the spotlight for a good chunk of the actual series run, because her character went through such a huge arc as sort of this oppressive headmaster of a school who, in a rather unique twist, ended up rejecting her own teachings and then kind of embracing her heritage. So I knew I had to record this because I knew that would probably be the first thing that would pop up when I posted this. So yeah, she was a wonderful talent and she will be missed.
Honey, you still got it. Bow chicka bow bow.